Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so let's get into a Divine Masculine check-in. This is going to be, what are the DMs hesitant to tell the DFs at this time? What is on their mind about the connection, about the DFs, on the heart space, about the connection and their counterpart? What are they reluctant to talk about regarding what they want to manifest here, actions they are taking or wanting to take, about their challenges, perceived obstacles, difficulties, and the solutions for that, and what will happen in the near future. Plus, let's look at some advice based on what we see here. What is the best, most beneficial approach to these things for the feminines? Okay, conscious mind about the connections. What are the DMs reluctant? Oh, and I'm going to do emotions associated with these things. So what are the masculines reluctant to talk about concerning the connections at this time? Okay, the inner child healing. Interesting, because what I'm getting with this is when we heal, we tell a different story than the trauma, victim, blame version. Also, we don't tend to want to talk about certain things that are no longer an issue. And we can only talk about things when we're not ego aligned with the pain. Sometimes people handle trauma and stresses in a lot of different ways, so it's going to be different for every pair watching. But this is about the healing in general. What is the emotion connected? Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So this connection has challenged your DM to heal, but also the challenges in their life, possibly stemming back from early childhood, in utero, generational, collective, have been ripe with adversity, and they may not fully embrace that yet. There might be still little ways where adversity is not a conscious experience. So manifesting certain scenarios because they haven't fully come into alignment. So they're still putting an instability waveform out into certain things and still not seeing how they might be accountable for the adversity that they're evoking in those wobbly manifestations. It feels like the healing is pretty close to being done here, but it just isn't quite smooth sailing enough to talk about. Remember, karmic things are so personal. When we prematurely try to talk these out with others, it can be a very codependent scenario. When we come through the healing in our own right fully, that's when we're supported by the wisdom. That's when we can be more discerning on what to talk about and through what lens we share that information. So right now, there's a little bit of possibly adversity coming up in the masculines' lives or on the horizon here that they may not see coming, that will finalize and show them how much they've healed. But they're reluctant to talk about this process with you, Divine Feminines, because first off, they want to be your emperor. They don't want to be in weak energy, not with you. And secondly, they may not have seen their growth for what it is yet to be able to speak about it. What do the feminines need to know? Hierophant, trust the process. Go to the divine, go to source for anything that you need clarification on. You'll know it's true if it brings peace. If it does not give you peace, it's not from source, or it's, not applicable right now. There's a misalignment. So remember, source will always give you the truth that sets you free. Peace. through the maze. There's a labyrinth here, through the maze of all the life's journey. Keep centered on peace and higher guidance. Two of Swords. So there does feel like there's a blockage here, so that the masculines can continue finalizing their inner child healing, their karmic healing. Lord of Peace Restored is also on that card. So come into first person, your own read on the energy and the truth that sets you free. Seek the truth until you have your peace restored, feminines, in your own right. This is a blockage to go towards your masculine for that information or that clarity or that closure. Don't seek closure right now. Seek peace in your own right. Wow. What can we see for the masculines consciously? What would they be reluctant to share with their divine feminine right now? How anxious they are. How all over the place, how they don't want to get it wrong. How they feel like things are premature, but there's pressure. This is a new kind of pressure. I just heard, forgive me, I haven't felt this way before. So what I'm getting from this is that they are used to karmic feminine energy putting the pressure on them. This is the first time their own soul has put pressure on them like this. It's nothing the divine feminines are doing. It's their own soul, their own misalignment. It's no longer something they can point the finger at and say, they did this to me. They now know it's their own truth that they're out of alignment with that's causing this anxiety, and they don't know how to close the gap. What is the emotion? Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. The only place to grow is with you, divine feminine. This is what they are resistant to say about you, that you cause this growth, that they know you are aligned with their truth, that they alone are to blame for resisting what's available here, and that it represents their growth, their potential, their progress. So when they resist you, they are resisting their own growth. This is what they are unable to articulate or unwilling. Take it how it resonates. It's different for all, but it's this awareness that it's their own resistance that's causing anxiety. It's not about, being trapped in something against one's will. It's about them digging their heels in and not going towards it. Being too much in their feminine. They have to masculine up in these connections. They have to come into their masculine to activate. And that means going towards what is for them with their growth. What do the feminines need to know about this? There's so much more than meets the eye going on here. Three of Pentacles is my card of the 3D. In the inverse, there is this becoming under the surface. And we get the Ace of Pentacles. Lord of the root of the powers of earth. So grounding this, it's not in the upright. So behind the scenes, this anxiety needs to be balanced, and the masculines have to have this resounding yes for their growth in order for this wheel of fortune to spin and the new beginning together to kick off. They have to open their heart towards this. They have to see that this is for their highest good, and they have to desire to want to come towards this actually, not just for show, not just on the surface. And that means they have to leave surface level connections, easy connections, good on paper connections, convenient connections, connections just for superficial reasons. This connection is the real deal. This connection supports their ultimate cosmic growth, I just heard. And so they're reluctant to tell you that this is their truth, that they know this, that they know that they are actively in uncharted territory and feeling the pressure of it from their own side of the coin, that it's not about you, but they need to be ready for this. They need to work out the kinks. They need to go all in. So in the past, they made it all about the divine feminine, and now they're seeing the flip, that It's very much their own resistance. It's layers of the onion. What can we see for their heart space? What are they resistant to speaking about this connection on the heart space? How it really does offer them everything, absolutely everything in the physical, that it is a legacy in the making, that this transcends anything they thought they could partner with. Any dreams that they thought they would have, they're seeing this connection as being presented on a silver platter, I just heard. And on their heart, they know this, but their mind is in contrast. I don't know how to. I haven't been shown. I haven't seen this. What is the emotion? Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So they are resenting feminine energy. They're resenting past scenarios, heartaches, past partners, possibly their parents, humanity. It's deep. God. We keep tracing it back. The big picture gets bigger. So resentment to being in this dimension, this fallen dimension. They're starting to realize their God self and that they have the power to bring themselves back into the Garden of Eden, healing, heaven on earth. They can take themselves out of crisis, out of a hardened heart, out of fear, out of a lack of forgiveness, because this connection actually offers them solace. You are anchoring peace, feminines, and these masculines know that these connections are safe harbor. And they've got to drop their hardness, their lack of forgiveness. They've got to drop that in order to enter. They have to be, in that sense, free from that, unencumbered, like children are. Children are of free spirit, and the masculines have to put down their trauma in order to step into these connections. What can we see for the advice for the feminines? 8 of Wands, listen to your heart. This is a telepathic energetic connection card. Feel your heart. You know if this is finished business or not. You know if this connection is over. So just pay attention to that feeling. For some, it will have been like, why am I even hanging on to this? And that will feel sincere. But for most watching this, you know that it's not over. And Magician, but you don't have to force it. So just acknowledging right now that there's going to be a way for you to keep balancing yourself out to peace, and for this connection to either dissolve peacefully through the awareness that you will have, feminines, as you seek out that higher truth and peace in this matter, or that it will come together and that there was nothing to worry about regarding this person, that they just needed to go through what they're going through. But you don't have to force anything. Let it be a natural process. What can we see for the heart space that the masculines are resistant to proclaim to the feminines? That no one compares to you, that they've seen all the signs. They know it's true. They know they won't find somebody like you. They've looked for you in so many places. They've compared you to third parties and other options. It's hidden in plain sight. They know, and they have glimpsed it, but that they're in resistance to letting that fully sink in. And service, I feel good when I can help others. Okay, so this is a turning point where the masculines are no longer self-seeking, selfish, hardened, and, in a lack of forgiveness, using people, acting out, being insensitive, callous, numb, creating guilt-shame cycles. if they heal, they know they will be stepping into service. And for many divine feminines, you are on a path of realizing your service in the world. And so it goes hand in hand as the masculines overcome their trauma and they heal. Those solutions are a natural course to service, contribution in the world. When we heal, we give back. It exudes from us. These aligned connections are healing connections. They also are empowering connections. And the masculines know that you are somebody that's aligned with that healing, who is also stepping into service. And all the facts are there. When they come into more of an understanding of the growth spurt that they have been undergoing, it will become more evident to them how closely linked feminines you are to their service, and how hidden in plain sight you've been all along. They will have a review of who you are even more clearly to them as they become more generous and healed, more safe, balanced in their own right. So this is on the heart of hearts. It's a very tender process. You cannot rush it. You cannot fake it. And I see it emerging here on the deepest level, going hand in hand with seeing you as their person and seeing themselves as able to be of service in the world, contribute. What is the advice the feminines need? Oh, the Magician, again in the inverse. You do not need to do anything. Just allow this process to unfold naturally. Seven of Wands, Lord of Valor, but it's not taking action externally. This is bravery to just allow it to play out, feminines. If you want it really, you have to really let it play out. What is the manifestation the masculines have not been sharing? More than friends. They want to manifest more than friends here on a solid foundation. This implies that there has been a friendship forming, and that now they want to, or sense that it's shifting. And success, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So they do know, maybe the timing hasn't been right or the circumstances haven't been aligned. It's a big, full life experience here. Or maybe they've been aware of it the whole time and they're just witnessing different aspects as we go through that stage of the development. But there is no greater goal than to love, and they're starting to see that you are a divine being of love that matches them, that the two shall be left standing. What do the feminines need to know about this? Princess of Pentacles, continue. Look at this hand on heart. Continue showing up from your heart. Don't be disheartened. There's a promise. The star on the crown chakra is the hope. Keep going, feminines. Sometimes it doesn't all come in at once. Sometimes it's bit by bit. I'm also very drawn to the star on the womb chakra, and for many, I'm hearing you will have a child. That's not going to resonate for everyone, but there is hope here. This central sun, galactic center, source, and then bringing that through the womb. That can be channeling these higher love templates through into manifestation, because the womb sacral chakra is also our channeling and manifestation, our creative chakra. But for some, I'm clearly getting pregnancy. What can we see for added? King of Pentacles, Prince of the Chariot of Earth. This is the husband card. So there is a promise here of commitment, feminines, when your counterpart refines themselves to the point that love is all you need. That's a work in progress. when somebody is deep in wounding, love isn't all you need in that figurative way. Sometimes we need food, a clean hypodermic needle, brand new shoes. Sometimes we need a place to sleep. You know, there are certain things when there's too much to handle that love is. But these divine connections are moving to the love is all you need level, because all of the other concerns are healed. And this heals the world on that route. This is saying, stay with it, feminines, even if it's just here and there. Yeah, I'm hearing that it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. That's for someone. But at the same time, don't look at these connections as losing in love. Look at them as getting to love moment to moment at different times, and that it doesn't have to be inflated into something other than just pure, true love here and there. When you can be grateful for that on that level without having it to have to be a traditional thing. Now we're talking. Seek that level of purity and real connection always with all people. That doesn't mean sexualizing it. That means, you know, normalizing true connection, so that you actually are accountable for when it's appropriate to bring a sensual, sexual connection in. This is a monogamous life partner kind of energy coming in. So there's a lot more happening, permeating these connections than just face value. And staying present to what is here in kindness, loving kindness, does a lot of the sorting. What can we see for the actions the masculines are hesitant to tell the feminines about? That they still feel trapped and powerless, but they are growing these wings. That they are hanging on their truth. That possibly a lot of people have different opinions around them, and it's all they can do to stay in this chrysalis phase long enough to grow their own wings and, you know, hang on to their own truth when there's so many people who are vying for their attention, have a piece to say about everything these masculines are up to. All eyes are on the masculines is what I'm getting from this. And they're taking their darn sweet time because they know that they want to be impeccable. They want to do this right. And relationships, I'm attracted to those people who serve my highest good. That came out in the inverse. So that implies that a lot of these people's advice, well-meaning or otherwise, don't ultimately serve the masculine's greatest good. Only this highest truth does. And so the action they want to take right now is to really quiet the chatter and to just not be in the radar, on the radar of these people who are telling the masculines what they should or shouldn't do. The masculines are now beginning to switch from having to have everybody all up in their business to really just wanting to align with those who have this peace. Wow. Feminines. Yeah, Two of Wands, victory, twin flames. This is the star, the grounding, the victory V. So you feminines are coming into alignment and your masculines are coming into alignment. Knight of Pentacles, bit by bit, moment to moment, day by day, hour by hour. Presence. Stay in the present moment. Overcome the devil thoughts. Overcome the wobbles in the manifestations. Seek peace. If it doesn't feel good, it's probably not true. Seek a higher understanding, a different perspective, a different awareness. Now, I feel it important to say that that is not the same as narcissistic energy that flat out belligerently, in some cases, denies any other truth or potential. Coming from fear and wounding, you're not going to manifest good things when you're in denial. But this is about heart. It's not about mind. This is about heart and staying the course. Your heart knows the way, feminines. So bit by bit, find those truths. Give yourself a higher energetic reality check. Ask to be shown a higher perspective. What can we see for the biggest challenges that the masculines are reluctant to talk about? That they haven't fully healed yet and change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yeah, so I'm just getting they need a little bit more time to balance out. That they do have a lot of energies pointing at them right now and choices to continue to make about what they allow to get through their cocoon or not at this time. And the timing. They do feel like change is on the horizon and they know it's inevitable. But once they step forward to these connections, that will be it, is what I'm hearing. What do the feminines need to know about this challenge? Knight of Wands, there is a deepening from lust, hot and cold, ghosting, fickle, weak energy, multiple people, to all in. So because this is my sexual temptation one night stand card, in the inverse, that's a good sign. But masculines do need to change and get out of the wounding that causes them to act out and have sexual partners that they don't actually see a future with, that they're just using for sex, flirting even. If they aren't actually having sex, this can be that they're spreading their energy and leading people on. So this has to change. Masculines know they can't have true commitment, true love, if they don't overcome the flesh. What else, feminines? Ten of Swords, Lord of Ruin. Yeah, you're being divinely protected from these masculines who haven't fully healed yet, feminines. You being the moral code, your intuition on point, and being in relationship with somebody who's got a wandering eye or hasn't healed their sexual energy yet is ruin. Especially for an empath. You will be driven mad. Do not do that to yourself. Do not allow a relationship where a masculine has not healed yet and who is still not able to actually go all in a relationship. That will be more anxiety than the Nine of Swords. This is the Ten of Swords. It's absolute destruction. Do not compromise your heart that way by desiring a relationship with somebody who cannot honor you, who doesn't have the love to give. You will be driven mad. So release that need, and you, feminines, don't settle for breadcrumbs. Do not allow for somebody to come in that's not ready, willing, and able to show up fully. These masculines know this is their biggest challenge, to not pretend that they're ready prematurely, but to actually continue this maturation process so that they do fully heal. What is the solution to this challenge that they're reluctant to say? They do have to walk away from everything that's not you, feminines. Addictions, other people, beliefs, anything that, cups are emotions. So anything that's broken template, they have to walk away. This would imply that they are not walking away from you, but all things that stand in the way of this connection. And courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So they're afraid to let go of the things that they have kept around because it's familiar. Their fears, their traumas have imprinted them with certain familiarities. And it takes courage to deviate from the norm, to believe more for ourselves, to step into uncharted territory. But masculines, this is the advice. You don't have to leave love. Just leave all the things that are not love. What is for the feminines? Two of Pentacles, one at a time. As above, so below. So if you want to see this in your masculine, keep doing it in yourself. Every thought you think, every choice you make, every word you speak, every action you take, make sure that it is actually impeccable as well, feminines. You cannot point the finger at your masculine if you have imbalances anywhere in you. And we got Three of Cups. We got this for the masculines in the same position. You have to see this foundation and justification going all in. And Nine of Cups, Lord of material happiness, Lord of abundance. You've got to be abundant inside before you can see it externally. And that means cleaning up every level of your energy too, feminines, and continuing to manifest what you are internally in your external world. What is the direction in the near future that the masculines are sensing that they haven't been speaking about? Wifey energy. I'm getting proposal. When they eliminate everything that is not aligned with their purpose, with abundance, with you, feminines, the only thing left to do is enjoy a happy life. So they know it's going that way. These masculines know it's only a matter of time. And denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So it is coming to the forefront that they have been resisting. They've been denying these connections. They've been buying themselves time. But they know that it's going towards this commitment. And feminines, you know that you're evolving towards commitment, worthiness, readiness. You may feel you're already there, but if you're not in union, you're not. So keep going with it. Drop the ego. Allow the process. So it's either not with this person or not time yet. Be honest. These masculines are aligning with the real deal. And they are looking for growth and awareness as they reach those markers of consciousness that truly allow them to go all in. Everything does have to get stripped away from them. Feminines, justice is on the table, but not in the upright. So your advice is to stay the course. This can mean that you have legal matters, that you have a grace period to bring closure to. Finances, legal matters, take that how it resonates. Your masculine will see you as this wife material, this life partner material. Goes hand in hand with you being free and clear to pursue. Doesn't it stand to reason that if you're not completely ready, that the divine would still cloak you from your masculine out of compassion? It goes hand in hand. These connections are equally matched, equally yoked, the Bible calls righteous connections. And so your masculine is not withholding or being out of balance. It's a perfect match. If this resonates, that means you've still got certain things that you're meant to do, feminines. And it's a grace, by the grace of the divine, that it works together this way. And Ace of Wands, Lord of the root of the power of fire. So this is the inspiration and the passionate new beginning. The honeymoon I just heard. Consummation. So the sexual passion is not going to ramp up with the counterparts until justice is served and awareness is here instead of denial. And until these connections can deepen in a divine way. So pay attention to any lower vibrational acting out or thoughts, fears, habits, masculines and feminines. And really ask yourself, would I carry on this way or think this ideally in sacred union? If not, ask yourself why you are thinking it now and balance that out. or acting that way now, and correct yourself. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.